Okay, morning, guys. So this morning we've got Carlo in the hot seat, and we are going to be asking him a few questions about the 40 Days of Purpose study. Some of them you may know the answers to, and some of them may be burning questions that you need answers to, but you're too shy to ask. So we're going to start with asking Carlo a few questions, and hopefully he gives us some good answers. Okay, so Carlo, the first question. Yeah, on the spot. Do I need to have a Christian background to do the 40 Days of Purpose study?
No, not at all. This is open for any person, whether you've been a Christian for a long time, whether you don't believe, whether you are sort of interested. So if you have friends that you want to invite as well, that will be great to have them.
So I also was in a doubt to know how can you give us some details how the session will be look like?
Yeah, I think it would be sort of every host will manage it differently, but overall how a session would go when we get together in our small groups. There will be a video clip that Rick Warren will speak about the topic of that week, about around 30 minutes. Then the host will also open it up for discussions. And that's basically it. I mean, it's different. Every host will manage it differently. The expectation is also that we who are part of the 40 days will every day of the week read a passage that will build up to the end of that week, and that will then be discussed at the home group.
Awesome, thanks. Okay, so can I attend a session if I don't have the book, or if I'm not reading the book, or if I'm not doing the 40 days? And obviously maybe I can't get hold of a book. So what do I do?
Maybe I'll start with the last one. There's no reason that you can't get hold of the book. So please come and speak to me afterwards if you need a voucher to buy the book. I do think I don't want to say you can't attend it. I mean, obviously you can, but the 40 days, it's sort of building blocks that, sort of stack up. And you're just going to lose out a lot if you don't have the book and read the daily passages. So I would strongly suggest that you do get the book. If you're struggling, come and speak to me afterwards and we will get you the book. It won't be a hard copy, but we'll get you an electronic copy. And please do your best to get the book. It will just enrich the whole process so much more.
And I think that maybe surely there's a commitment, if I'm not wrong, with that goes. And can you give us some explanation? What am I really committed to?
The commitment is for 40 days. I mean, that's what the title also says. And that, to me, includes reading the daily passage. It's 40 days. It's 6 weeks. Then attend a small group where it can be discussed, and the Sundays the preach will be on the topic of that week. So you're really committing to 40 days in your life. If you look at your life ahead of you, 40 days is really just a very small part of that, and to commit to those 40 days will be great.
Awesome. Thanks. Okay, my last question. I've been a Christian for many years, and I've been attending the church for many years. So, do I really need to do it?
I think, first of all, we're doing it as a church, but it's not for the church. This is actually an individual commitment, right? And we're doing it in groups. And it doesn't matter whether you've been a Christian for a day or whether you've been a Christian for 40 years or you're not a Christian at all. I think that it will be of tremendous value to you. So the fact that you've been a Christian for a long time, I don't think should exclude you from attending it. It's really, I think even for many of us who have been Christians for a long time, we still struggle with that idea of what is my purpose in life and what am I here for. So I think it will be really good if you can attend.
One last for you. Don't go away. So what about prayers? Do we need to pray aloud during the sessions, or give us some explanation for that?
Once again, it will depend on the host, I suppose. And it might be different from one week to the next. 1 week it might be that it's open for prayer. Next week it might not be. but there will be prayer during those times and when we get together. I think the other question is probably, why are you afraid to pray? And maybe you should just sort of investigate the reasons. Truth is, everybody knows English is not my first language, so I'm not confident in praying in English. So I sort of have to follow my vocabulary, and you never really sort of say the words you want to say. But I don't think that should stop you. Remember, you're not praying for the people there. I mean, this is a discussion between you and God. So I don't think that should stop you from attending. And if it really makes you nervous, then just tell your host, please don't ask me to open or close. So.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Carlo. Are there any other burning questions anybody needs to ask? Anything? No? Yes, Keelan.
Thanks for asking that, because that was the comment I wanted to make. Is I think it's really important that today you go and put your name on that list for a group, because we're now moving into the logistics part. The hosts need to know who are in their groups. They need to reach out to them. They need to, because different hosts will have it on different days. So I think it's important that you put your name on there. On that point, for those who are hosts, we're meeting on Tuesday here. If you can't make Tuesday, please come and speak to me afterwards as well, that I can hand out your material that you will need. But yeah, it will be different from a home group to home group in terms of what works for them and what not. Any other questions? Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Carlo.